Good afternoon, Soul Tribe. Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, the shares, views, subscribes, comments, donations, everything. I appreciate it all. Let's go ahead and ring this bell. Let's clear out the energy, and then we'll see what the message the Spirit has for us this Sunday. Someone wants to talk to you, but they know they have to be completely honest. They have to have full transparency, and they know that you're guarded, rightfully so. I feel like this person wants to talk to you because whatever it was that they did, their life has not been the same since. Bottom of the deck, the sun. Yeah, everything is out in the open, and they're looking at you, and you look like you have everything that you could ever possibly want or need. Hey, Huncher Man, how are you? Hey, Tracy, fresh from a nap, how are you? Hi, Wingseer, Beatrice, how are you? But this person, they are, like I said, ever since they did whatever they did, things have not been the same for them. It's like opportunities have slowed up or stopped, or they're under review. Because this person tried whatever they could to deceive an earth angel. You already know. You're aware of everything that they did. You may not know the exact words that were said, but you are aware of what they've done. It's like they wanted to try and take something from you, or they wanted to work with someone who wanted to try and take something from you, but you got the victory and you kept what was yours. They couldn't take it from you even if they tried. Hi, High Priestess, how are you? Hey, Dewana. Thank you so very much, Dewana. Yeah, you told this person, something already. Like you already shared a piece of your mind. And that's what has them in their thoughts, where they can't sleep at night because they know that you know exactly what they did and why they try to do it. Like you could see from their perspective what was on their mind, what they were thinking of, but you just don't understand why, because you've been nothing but good to this person. And this person, like I said, every time since then, everything that they've tried, it's not been working out. It's like they're investing time and effort and energy, but it's not working out. And so now this person is looking at you. They're spying on you, not spying as in that creepy spying, but they're looking at you and they're trying to determine the right time for them to try and come in, for them to try and reach out and say something. And it's like they thought that they were going to hide like some type of agreement that they had with someone. They made an agreement, these two, and they thought that they were going to be able to hide it. Like you would never know. But they didn't know that God was on your side. And so was Archangel Michael. And it was like God and Archangel Michael, plus you being, having your own gifts, you knew what was going on. Like I said, you cannot say exactly what they said, but you got the gist of it. Hi, I am scared. How are you? All right. Thank you so very much. And it's okay. I'm glad that you did comment today. Hi, what is that? TOVVRN. Hello, how are you? How are you doing? Yeah, so it's like this information that got back to this person, or some information or some type of communication, and it blew their mind. It is like this person was in shock. And this is why they want to talk to you. This is why they want to communicate with you, because they know it's like if they tell you about it, you'll be able to uh, say exactly what's going on. You're going to be like, wait, what? Oh yeah, oh that's this, just that, and the other. But they know, like I said, you're very guarded. At this point, this person knows that you don't trust them because they already like was trying to be sneaky or do something under the radar. Person, you know, um, family. Oh, good, it stopped spinning. Hey, Shadia, how are you? So now somebody, they want to come towards you and they want to make peace. They want forgiveness. Okay, we're back. Oh my gosh. I don't know what's going on with this internet. Or maybe it's they don't want the message to be out. I don't know. But are we back? I think we're back. Yes, ever since they did whatever they did, their life hasn't been the same. Thank you, High Priestess. Thank you, Dewana. Their life has not been the same. And everybody's looking at them. Everybody, they notice this, and they know that what they're trying to do now, they're trying to fix this whole situation. I feel like, they celebrated with someone too soon, because I feel like this emperor was happy about what it was what was happening. If two people parted, the emperor inside was secretly happy, because this emperor seems like, they are secretly sad. So you know how they say misery loves company, and they loved this company because they were miserable. Hey, Shadia, how are you? Yeah, so somebody has a plan that they want to, you know, like offer this love. They want to offer their love. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Thank you. Yeah, like I'm not sure if this is a good idea or if this is a bad idea. But I feel like it's, maybe somebody is thinking about just saying something, providing some type of, oh, yeah, well, like as opposed to saying the full transparency of the situation, they only want to give a little bit. They don't want to give all of it, because they know if they give all of it, it's going to show what part they had in it as well. Yeah, so somebody thinks that they can kind of give you half the story. Like, oh, I want to start over. I want to be brand new. I want us to start again. But they don't give you everything. There's still lots of questions that you have, things that still need to be answered. So this person knows that without them having full disclosure, you are not accepting this cup of love. You're not accepting this apology. They may as well just keep that. Because if they can't give full disclosure, that just means they did not learn this lesson. And they're still in that demonic low energy. I feel like this person, they want to move forward, but yet they know that they've done so much, and you know exactly what they did. They're not fooling you. They're not fooling you at all. Hey, Malcolm. It's just that whatever they tried to do, it didn't work out. It fell on, it was like a dud. They almost like, they felt like they had this great plan to do this wonderful magic or whatever, but it was just a dud. It never worked out. It fell short. Hey, Queen Memoirs, how are you? And so here you are, waiting. The person that they worked with, they're finding out a lot about this person, more than they could have ever, ever, ever known or ever wanted to know. It's like, they're finding out that this person is, bound to these lies, bound to what they've been doing. And I feel like this person has been doing a lot with a lot of different people. They're finding out that that Queen of Wands had been planning this for a while. And planning how to get in the middle of this relationship, had been plotting and planning for quite a while. Hey, Fresh from an app. Did I say hello to you already? What's the message, Spirit? Hey, Susan, how are you? Yeah, this person, they didn't respect you because you know what? They were told that you didn't deserve respect. And that's why, it's like what they chose not to give to you. But now it's like this person is finding out the truth of everything. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Yeah, and this person, all that planning that they did, it was for nothing. They thought that they were building something up, or after thought that they were playing the long game, but they weren't, because they didn't get anything. They didn't get anything. And so, like I said, this person, they know that if they want to come and they want to offer this cup of love, they want to offer this apology, it's only after they've learned this lesson. But yet, somebody still wants them to approach you. Somebody's still trying to give them some really bad advice for them to go forward to you and not tell you everything, or not, be honest, or like they can still pull one over on you, but they cannot. It's like this Queen of Wands doesn't want to give up, still wants to attack you. This Queen of Wands is extremely jealous of you. This Queen of Wands never wanted you to be seen as the star, never wanted you to have any kudos or support or anything like that, and encouraged everybody to like leave you out. They wanted you to be depressed, and they wanted everybody to see that you weren't reaching anything, that you weren't, reaching your goals, you weren't accomplishing anything. But yet, it's something you did. You struck out on your own. You struck out on your, you left and went on your own, and you started working on whatever it is that you're working on now. And now it's like this emperor is walking, looking around. It's the same emperor that got pleasure out of your pain. Now this emperor is looking, and they see how people are applauding you. Like how people are like, oh my gosh, did you see this? And blah blah blah. This is why somebody wants to they have this idea where they want to send you a message and they want to make plans with you now. Hey, Jazzy Jazz, how are you? Because you know what? Now this person wants to make plans with you now because they knew that no matter, even though they were doing things underneath the moon, you sat there and you were watching them. It's like, maybe you have you have Cancer moon or water sign moon in your chart. But it's like this person, they thought that they could be sneaky and do things underneath the moon, but you know what? You saw it. You're gifted. You're very gifted. So anything that they thought they were going to do, they couldn't do. It's like they thought that you were going to be in this position, but it's just them in the position. And they're realizing it's because their lies. They couldn't just sit here and tell you something and expect you just to take it wholeheartedly, like, oh, well, that's what happened. Okay, I'll accept that. No, not at all. Because this person thought that, you would just accept anything, and that way they could trick you out of whatever they wanted to trick you out of. You would be so confused and so trusting of their word. But that's not it. Hey, Lori. Hey, Rotten Rob. Hey, J Mike. How are you? Snowing, huh? See, somebody had lied to this King of Cups and made it seem like this person really loved them. But this King of Cups, see that that's not the truth. Look at their face. They're pouring out that what they thought was that cup of love because they see that that was not love. That was actually poison. And they've learned a lesson. They thought that they would get everything that they wanted, and you would, this person thought that they was going to get everything that they wanted, like they were going to get their wishes fulfilled by not giving to you, but giving to someone else. But you saw it, you knew. And you knew that you needed to protect yourself too. See, this person didn't realize your importance of what you're here for. And you were here to break these generational curses. You were here to pave the way for them. And that's what you've done. Judgment's been called in your favor because you paved the way for them. I feel like you had to, it's like you went within, you did some deep research. You found out, it's like Spirit was telling you things that, like Spirit was ministering to you things that you needed to know. And now, it's almost like somebody trying to figure out how you found this information out about this family. I'm feeling like that Inspector Gadget. You found out information, deep, dark secrets that no one has spoken of, but you brought it to the surface. You brought it to the surface. Like you struck gold. And they know that they cannot mess with your power. They know that you know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So like I said, however they tried to trick you, however they tried to make it so that you didn't see your worth or know that you had certain skills or certain gifts, that didn't work. And that's why they were trying to, separate you two. They didn't want this relationship to prosper. They didn't want this relationship to work, because if it worked and that person was supporting you, you were breaking the generational curse. If that person was supporting you, then you were going to be successful. And that's why that emperor was happy that you two were apart. So that meant that that emperor could continue to receive whatever it was that they were receiving. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Yep. But things have started to turn around. Everything had to turn around. Especially whenever somebody thought that they were going to go ahead and they would be successful at attacking you. And that didn't happen. It's like this person was knocked off their horse. Everything that they thought that they were going to be able to do, that tower fell. And now this person is now contemplating on what they invested in. Why did they choose the side that they chose? Why didn't they see this cup that you were offering them? But they didn't notice it until it was too late, after you walked away. And that was justified. You walking away was justified. You walking away, you walked right into where you need to be, where you're meant to go, and who you're meant to be with. That's what happened. You deciding that it was time for you to leave this situation. That's whenever God led you right to the right situation. Hey, the soul archetype. Hey, Diesel Gravy. Yep. Somebody were hesitant somebody was hesitant to even approach you. They really were, because they kind of felt like they wanted to, they saw that you were independent, but yet they were still hesitant to approach you, because they knew that you knew that, if they approached you, you would know that you won. Whatever this was that they didn't want you to win, they would know that you won because you spoke your truth. It's like sometimes you would say things, whether it was like you would say them kind of like joking, ha 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 ha, jokey joke, ha 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 ha, but it was the truth. And this is why this person is freaking out and upset, because things that they would try and do to you, it's like you would say it and it was the truth and they couldn't do it. It's like, you're spoiling their plans before they even have a chance for them to take off. If somebody thought that they was going to be able to shank you, it's like you would say stuff like, what do you got you got a knife in your car, or something crazy like that. I'm telling you, yes, you were able to tell them what the plan was before they even did the plan. And they're sitting here wondering, how the hell did you know? How did you know what we were going to do? And now they can't do it. So it's almost like you saved yourself. You healed yourself. Yes, 10 steps ahead. This is why this person realizes now that they messed up, that they chose the wrong side, that they chose a side that didn't know anything. Because you knew it all. Before they even had a chance to get out there to strike off, you already saw what was coming. And they're scratching their head like, damn, how this person know? Did anybody say what we were going to do? And everybody's like, no, nobody said anything. Hey, K Hyphy. Enjoy your meeting. Yeah, you figured out what their plans were and was able to stop them before they even got the chance to attack you. This is why somebody's having you. I feel like they're having an out of body experience right now. This is why they are trying to think about, what they worked on and what they invested on, because it all blew up in their face. This person is realizing that you knew you were tipped off to walk away from this. You were tipped off to leave people to their own devices, and this is why you get what you deserve, and so do they. Mm-hmm. Like I said, somebody is hesitant to come towards you. I don't feel like the person who's planning on coming towards you, I don't feel like they were afraid of you, but I feel like the other people are. And they're coming. They're just gonna just do it. But the other people that they're working with, they are afraid because they feel like you know exactly what they're thinking, what they're gonna do. It's almost like as if you have some type of microchip in their body. And they just know that whatever they're gonna do, it's not gonna work. They've tried everything that they could do to get you trapped. These people have been trying to conspire against you for a long time. All because somebody did not want you to break this generational curse. They didn't want you to break this generational curse, but you broke it anyway. You let everyone know what was going on, and you was able to successfully close this chapter. Get and it was like not just close this chapter, but you showed everyone who they were following, the devil. And what they were doing was breaking their own heart, putting themselves in misery because they were binding themselves to what they couldn't get away from. And it's like this whole group couldn't figure out why they weren't happy. They weren't happy because they were following the wrong lead. It's your intuition. Yep, you had called judgment. Each and every time someone plans something for you, you call judgment. Yes. And see, they thought that they was going to be able to get you because you was always by yourself. You were always separated from that group. So they thought that you were easy target. They was like, easy prey, easy prey. But you weren't an easy prey. They, like I said, you would stop these people in their tracks just by saying something. Like somebody, they thought first they thought that they was going to remove you from the will. And so you said something, what, you're going to remove me from the will? Go ahead. I don't need your money anyway. And they were like, wait, how did they know? Because see, they wanted that to be a surprise. Or somebody, well, you felt a certain way, you had a certain feeling come over, and you say, what are you planning on doing? Driving by my house and do this and doing that? Come on, because I live right across the street from the sheriff. And people are like, wait, how did they know that I was gonna, so it's like little things like that. The truth. They know they cannot battle you. They know they can't overpower you because once again, you speak your truth, and that's how that helps you win these wars. It helps you win these battles that haven't even taken place. Once again, You figured some shit out that had been going on for generations and generations and generations in your family that nobody else knew. That's why someone knows that when they come to you, they have to have full disclosure, because you're already going to know if they're leaving anything out, and you're already going to know if they're lying. Hey, Sonny, how are you? Hey, Jakey, how are you? Or is it Jesky? How are you? Infinite One. Hey, sweetie. But what they wanted, it was, for you to give up on this relationship. That's what they wanted. For you to, and then whenever they found out that, it was like not you, but the person that was in the relationship with you, that's the one that wants to come and talk to you. That's the one that knows that they have to have that full disclosure. They can't have nothing fishy in that cup. They're going to have to say everything that was said. They're going to have to tell you everything, because this person needs an opportunity. They need an opportunity, because it's like they're things that they expected to happen to them, nothing's happening. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Yep. You already know what's happening. Let me let this girl out. You want to go outside? Okay. Go on, little girl. I just took her to the groomer. Hold up. Go on, little girl. You're going to be outside for a while. You're going to be outside for a while. That girl loves to go in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. But yeah, it's like you nobody can hide this bullshit from you. Everything is clear. You spoke the truth. You told people what they were trying to do before they even did it. So it's like, why even try and continue to hide the truth from somebody? What else, Spirit? Yeah. Something about this, something about you like you were some type of private investigator. You were some type of spiritual investigator. Some type of spiritual investigator. And you knew why this relationship was suffering. And so you had to save, it's almost like you had to save yourself. But you knew that somebody was going to be coming back, because you already knew that whatever they were working on was never going to work out. It's like, it's easy for someone to think that they can get along and live life and life will be great without you. But then whenever they get out into them spiritual streets, oh, thank you so very much, Jesky, and I will give her a treat. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. But when they get out into those spiritual streets, they find out it is not fun and games at all. Not like they thought. Not how they imagined. Not even close. But for some reason, this emperor, whatever they're working on, it's like they're still trying to work at making you feel like you have to defend yourself against someone. In fact, I feel like it's this emperor that told somebody, whenever, if they first found out about, a couple splitting, or two people not seeing eye to eye. It's the emperor that's like, yeah, leave and don't ever come back. That person is a knucklehead. That person is this and that and the other. And that's just that's your cue. Did you know what? That person was in the middle of it. That person was getting great joy out of you and this other person. Not the heart's not being happy. Hey, Latasha. Hey, AJ. How are you? Hi, Robert. You said YouTube is blocking feed video. Bottom of the deck, the Knight of Wands. Something that somebody did, they've learned their lesson. They definitely learned their lesson about trying to do some fuck shit. You know, they learned their lesson about not being right and how somebody was trying to fight over some money. I'm feeling like they was trying to fight over some money that wasn't even theirs or wasn't even for real. They were fighting over the idea of having this money. Somebody let them know, I got $1 trillion in the bank, don't you? It's under a certain account. And they were like, wait, what? And they just kind of conveniently spread this lie around. They was wearing that fool's gold, that gold-plated shit, And instead of them having, walking around with the silver caps in their teeth, they had painted it gold. So everybody thought that they had gold teeth or something like that. But it wasn't. So people are fighting over some money that isn't even there. And they were trying to sit here and think, what can they do to make it so that you didn't notice or you didn't see something? What could they do to kind of get it past you, to make it so that you weren't aware of something? But this is all that pie in the sky type of dream. This is somebody thinking that they could do something they really couldn't do. But the one thing they never thought of was you walking away. They never saw this shit coming. And whenever you walked away, like I said, that's when that ass got justice. You knew what the hell they were working on intuitively. They couldn't hide this from you, even if they wanted to. So everything that they thought was set in stone, everything flipped. Everything flipped. Opportunities that they thought were coming in, that shit flipped too. There was like nothing that this person was going to be blessed with because they were not honest. They didn't have any integrity. And they were trying to screw you over. You stood by yourself. You went over and got in your own lane and did your own thing, but you knew what they was doing while they was even fighting over some shit that's not even there. Like the person that spends they get the crew together, they practice how they're gonna go to the bank, they case out the bank, they get the blueprints, they study in them, they get the vehicles that they need, they get the equipment that they need, the drills, the drill bits, they rent some extra shit. They everybody got to have on black, everybody got to get the black with the black hood and the black scarf and the black this and the black that, and so that they can all be incognito, and everybody has to get somebody, they lifting weights and they doing this and doing that and they practicing and shit, and it's the night they get to the safe, and they drilling and drilling and drilling, and they know it's going to take them a few hours, and they're going to go through a few drill bits, and they drilling and drilling, they finally get in there. And finally, they hear that the lock pops, boop, and they're like, yes, all we got to do is open up this safe door. We're going to go in there. We're going to find all this gold, and we're going to be rich. And they open up the door, and peek inside, and it's like really dark. And so somebody gets a flashlight and they flashing it all in there. And they're like, wait a minute. Turn the light on. Turn the light on. They flipped the light on. They was like, what the fuck? This shit is empty. The safe is empty. They did all this thinking they was getting ready to get something when they didn't get shit. All they did was waste their time. Now they still got to pay the bill for the rental equipment. Like I said, everybody had to match their outfits. Everybody had on black on black on black on black with black shoes and black socks and black drawers and everything. They spent all this money in these drill bits and in these drills and everything, and they was practicing and all that other shit, only to find out all they did was just spend money. That was it. They didn't get anything in return. And now they're watching you. And you know, you're just as happy. You're content. You're still doing you. You're not even worrying about them. Hey, Melissa, how are you? Yes, Dumb and Dumber. Yes, what you say, Rotten Rob? Stupid on stupid. Exactly. Only to find out that the police found out now these motherfuckers is in jail. You know, it's like, come on. All because they allow themselves to listen to, I don't know if this was the dumb one or the dumber one, but they allowed themselves to be hoodwinked and bamboozled by somebody who thought they knew it all. This was an egotistical motherfucker. This motherfucker was like, Dave, don't question me. Don't question me. I know what the hell I'm doing. Only to find out, yeah, he knew how to break into a safe, but he didn't know which safe around town had the cash and which safe around town had just cold air. He picked the one with the cold air, not even one with cash. So this is why this King of Cups now wants to come to you and be like, I'm sorry. Oh, you know, I was tripping. I was tripping because somebody had promised them, you're going to have this money by tomorrow. Just listen to me. Listen to me. You're going to have all this money. You're going to be like dripping in gold. You're going to have gold shoelaces. Them going to be real gold teeth. Them ain't going to be that gold plated shit. That's going to be real gold. They have been trying to get this, plan this old shit for a while. You know, they was like, oh, we got this. They was working on this shit for a while. They was even having safe breaking drills. You know, talking about some, okay, we here on a Saturday morning, we need to practice. All right, ready, go. They blow the whistle, they get in motion. They's doing this, they's doing that. And they was like trying to work out too, climbing the rope, going to the rope, ringing the bell, sliding back down, you know, making sure that they was going to be fit. Because they need to be fit to haul them bags of gold bars and shit like that, bullions and all that other shit, and them gold coins. They needed to be fit for all that shit. Only to find out they didn't even have to work out at all. Because air don't weigh anything. They could have went into the safe and went and walked out, and that would have been all they got. Now somebody's realizing, oh, they should have been with you. They're realizing your relationship and how they chose wrong. They should have just chose you. Because they're realizing, you know what, they do have feelings for you. And you was the one. You was the only one that they should have been looking at. You was the only one they should have been practicing with. Not no stupid bandits. So you just sitting here with your gold in your hand. You're looking victorious, you know, looking worthy. And you got everything that you need. You didn't have to try and resort to no offhanded, underhanded bullshit where you had to go out and rent all this expensive shit, and then somebody else that had this plan that they was going to get this, like I said, get this money, and then everybody was going to be rich. They see now that did nobody get nothing from that safe. There was nothing in the safe. It was just the idea. They was hoodwinked by an idea. All these emails that went around, somebody said that they should have looked into this a little bit closer. They were sending, reminder texts. 4 days until the break-in, 3 days until we go rob the shit, 2 days until we're rich. We just gotta wake up one more day and we gonna be in there like ingrown booty head. Only to find out that somebody should have protected themselves. They should have just said, no, that's not even worth my time. I'm gonna go ahead and be with somebody else. But no, they acted like whatever you had was not good enough. Well, whatever you had was a lot better than just cold air. They did all this shit only to find out nothing came of it. Absolutely, positively nothing. And this judgment call was made, about this crime that they committed. And now the authorities are involved. The court is involved. And somebody feels like they can't even get to you because you're blocked. Like you don't even want to hear it. You're not even accepting no collect calls. You like, collect? Oh, the hell with that. Because they know this person knows that the first thing you're going to ask is, well, wait, you was working with who? Who was you working with again? And how'd that work out for you? How did that work out for you? And what was you doing? See, somebody, they so stressed right now because everything that everybody they worked with, did nothing happen. Now this person is upset that he or she allowed themselves to be swayed by the devil, to be swayed by some bullshit, to believe in something that wasn't even there. All because this person was like promising them stability instead of this person using their discernment to find out, there's other ways for them to get what they want. All they had to use was some discernment. That was it. Now they want to act like they the victim, like their heart is all hurt, and they gotta leave. They have to walk away because this is not even gonna work. Hey, Shaylin, how are you? And they not only do they feel like a fool, but they look like a fool, and they're shocked. It's like that having that realization. Finally waking up and having that realization that I had everything that I could have possibly wanted, and I blew it. I blew it because I felt like, my pride or my ego called for something else. And now they want this forgiveness. They want to, have this atonement. But, like I said, all these dirty secrets. You may not know the conversation word for word, but you know something. And you knew that whatever they was going to try and do, that it was not going to work. They should have figured that shit out too. Now they have to heal from all this. They have to regroup and come back. They have to pay back all that damn money. You can't make this up. They got to pay back all that damn money from all them rentals around town that they was trying to make, to try and break into the safe, and then on top of that, You happen to hear on the news about these, the police put it up on the news, about the clowns that broke into the empty vault. And you like, damn, that's corny. What kind of corny ass clown is gonna do all that? You hearing this on the news and shit. Only to find out it's that corny ass clown that's getting ready to come talk to you. Yeah, somebody they hate that they made that move. And they know that it's time for them to do better. It is time for them to do better. They want to come visit you. They know that you were highly spiritual. They know that you know the answers. But once again, they're afraid to, they're hesitant to tell you everything. Especially how somebody else tried to get them involved in what somebody else had to say. Like your love was not good enough. That's what it is. They don't want to talk about how they felt like your love wasn't good enough. And like they felt like, they would get further if they worked with the power of three, these witches. But this person is like, they're sitting here and they're thinking about the past. They're thinking about everything else. They're thinking about you. What's the message, Spirit? Let me close this blind or tweak it up. Sorry. This sun is killing me. Okay. That's a little bit better. That's a lot better. Now I can see the screen. Hey, fresh. Did I say hey, fresh from an app? I don't know if I did or did not. What's the message? What is the message? I feel like this person is kind of upset because they know they have to talk to you. And they know that you're going to know if what they're saying is true or not. You're going to be able to be like, I call bullshit. I call bullshit on all that shit. Start over. Start from the beginning and start over and tell me the truth this time. Because everything is out in the open. And this is why this person has been hesitant to come and talk to you. Because they know they're going to have to say something. And they're almost afraid of what you're going to say to them. That's why they've been holding back. Because from what you were going to say to them. Especially whenever you're going to call judgment on what this shit was. It's like, it's embarrassing for somebody to think that they was getting away with a crime only for God to have told you, and you had that download. It was like, God was like, look at little Timmy over there. Look at this dumb ass. Look at, he's sitting there acting like he's going to get away with that. I'm going to give you a dream, and I'm going to tell you exactly what the little asshole's doing. That's why you knew to protect yourself and to separate yourself from these people. That's why you knew that. And now they are stressed the fuck out because they chose wrong. They chose to follow the devil. Well, you chose that. You chose that. And now this person that wanted you and this other person to be separated, they feel like they feeling sad. They're feeling sad. Oh, well, what's the message? They get what they get. And you're about to get what you want to get too. Your wish fulfillment is coming in because God is replacing that old crazy motherfucker with somebody who's ready to step up to the plate. Somebody who know how to put it down. Somebody who know how to wear that crown. Hey, Arilani, how are you? Hello to you too. This person, they're going to try everything with all their might to get it so that you don't go away, that you don't start something new. They're gonna, get it with all. They're gonna try and talk to you, and they're gonna try and schmooze. They're gonna try with all their most slickest words, so that you just don't be like, no, nah, I'm good. You just go on with your friends. Go on. Y'all was having fun breaking into empty vaults and shit. You go on and do that. Yeah, you can't make that. Y'all was having fun breaking into empty vaults. You go on and do that. Because see, this person knows that whenever you leave, whenever you start over, when they're not going to be able to handle it. They are not going to be able to make it. They feel like they will lose their fucking mind. But like I said, you about to get everything that you possibly wanted and wished for. You know that day is almost here. Thank you. And the person that you are going to be with, oh, y'all will be a perfect couple. Because neither one of you have time for any bullshit. Neither one of you have any time for no games, no trickery, none of that shit. Hey, Galactic Goddess. And this person, this is why they had to learn a lesson. Possibly the hard way. This cycle is complete. This cycle is completed. And not only that, this person may have to go to jail for breaking the law. For trying to attack you, trying to come up against you, trying to do something, because the truth is out. Whether they there was some type of investigation that happened. Somebody saw something, they saw something, and they said something. They reported this person. Almost like, somebody was like, hey, do you happen to see a whole lot of sparks coming from that old bank building that they haven't used in the last 35 years? This looks really funny. Let me call the police just to make sure that nobody's trying to break into that, because we was going to keep, next year's Halloween the town Halloween decorations in that old vault. We felt like that was going to be the best place for it to be. What's the message, Spirit? Thank you. They ain't getting nothing. Absolutely, positively nothing. They ain't getting no money. They ain't getting no wishes. They ain't getting nothing. But played. And judgment was called on them for what they thought they was going to do. And they had to go to court. And they don't have any defense. They can't defend themselves against these charges at all. This group, they all about to serve some hard time. And they know it. They know it so well. Hey, Mac and Dave, how are you? Right, got them. What's the message, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, this person, they want to sit here and try and start. I feel like someone wants to try and start an argument with you, so that or they want to start something with you, so that you miss this opportunity of this new love coming in. But you have already made up your mind. You done. You was like, shit, I don't want no damn thief that's getting ready to serve some damn time for no crime. What else, Spirit? Like they're gonna send in a decoy. This King of Pentacles wants to send in a decoy. Somebody that don't mean shit, because they sitting there looking at you, knowing that so that they can create all types of havoc, knowing that you about to get everything that you want and everything you deserve. This person thinks that they're so powerful that they can do it and stop you from moving on. I don't know why I'm hearing sail on, honey by the Commodores. I don't know why I'm hearing that. That's what they want to do. They want to stop you from being able to sail on and have everything that you deserve. I say, well, if they chose the wrong one, let them stay with the wrong one. Don't give them another opportunity to fuck you up, because you got a for real emperor coming in. Somebody that this brand new opportunity. Somebody, they don't want you to see that though. They want you to be so depressed about that old Rudapoot that broke the law, the one that was trying to steal this money from an empty safe. Come on. Fighting over some money that ain't even there. Ain't there or theirs. Fighting over money that they have no rights to. Even if this was somebody trying to cut you out of a wheel. When that person finally kicks the bucket and everybody's around that table and they start to read the will and they're like, okay, well, Samantha, we bequeath you with the dogs. She's like, the dogs? I don't like dogs. I'm allergic to dogs. Why I'm getting the dogs? And they're like, in little JoJo, we giving you the Cadillac Outback. Cadillac? You mean that piece of rust? The shit don't even work. The shit ain't even work. All 4 tires is flat. Don't nobody like that. I can't even sell it. It's too rusty. By the time they pick it up, this shit is just gonna blow in the wind. And maybe we giving you the house. That old haunted house? Don't nobody want that shit. I can't even burn it and get any insurance money. They doing all this shit and everybody's finding out they just got played. They did all this shit for nothing. But you already knew. You knew that everything that somebody was trying to do wasn't worth shit. Hey, Kung Fu Panda. Hey, Touche. How are you? You can't make this up. You knew this shit was a fantasy. You knew it was a fantasy. That's why you was like, yeah, okay, well, I'm going to let them find out the hard way. And now they seeing that opportunity that they had to rob the bank. Oh, that shit is over. That shit exploded in their face. In your face. Damn. And yes, they're going to have some courage because, like I said, they learned a lesson. They learned a big, big, big lesson. And then they just didn't want you to be happy. They didn't want you to, have that wonderful home life. They didn't, somebody, like I said, they wanted you, they were sitting here trying to envision what they could do to mess up this partnership with you. And they worked very hard. Very hard. They was diligent on doing this shit, but judgment came and you getting victory. This could be somebody from your past that reaches out to you all of a sudden. And you like, wait, what? Yes. Maybe somebody's, they want to sit there and tell you about, they want to give you something. Somebody wants to be very generous to you because they understand about your loss. And now somebody they want to help you in some type of way. Yes. They want to bring some balance to your life. They want you to be happy. They feel like, you know what? You deserve happiness. Almost like you don't even have to work anymore. Or somebody else's money is coming to an end. Yeah, somebody else's money is coming to an end. And this person, okay, so they're giving you something, and somebody else's money is ending. And now they're all upset because they didn't leave a whole situation when they should have. They didn't do their homework to check out, wait a minute. Before we rent all this equipment, and before we go to the outlet mall and get all black on black on black on black on black with black shoes and black socks, let's double check to make sure that there's something in that safe. They didn't do all that. They listened to the head buffoon goon, and it was like, oh, I know it all. I got everything. I got all the answers. I got everything. Leave it to me. And so they left it to them. Now somebody was like, they should have left. They should have left whenever they should have made their own decision. Like, man, I don't think this is gonna work for me. I don't look good in prison stripes. I don't look good in prison stripes. I don't look good in the county brown. I don't look good in that state orange. None of them colors. None of them colors fit me. Yeah, but it's too late. They already made this choice. They already had this plan, and they made this choice. And now they have to pay the piper for whatever they've done. And somebody is secretly loving you, secretly upset with what they've done against you, and feeling like a fool who was trying to come up against you, was trying to do some type of crime, or trying to, combat you or something. But you walking away, that was your own defense. You protected yourself because you saw what was happening. They didn't have a clue. And now somebody wants to, they're hoping that they can reach out to you and talk to you, and maybe you can help them get out of this whole snafu of a situation, this whole mix up. But you're going to be very honest with them and let them know, you and your goony Google friends, the ones that y'all worked with, once y'all get finished with court, then why don't you come holler at me? I might still have the same phone number. I'm not really sure. I was not really thinking about keeping that phone number, but you could still try and ring it if you want to, because it just might work. I mean, anything could happen. I might keep it, but I wasn't thinking about keeping it. But still reach out. It'd be nice to hear from you if I pick it up. It'd be nice to hear. You can tell me how that whole prison life is going. Yeah, because this whole situation is balancing itself out. Whereas you were supposed to be the one that was not having anything. It's balancing itself out, and you're going to be the one that has it all. Because you weren't greedy. Like it says, those who place themselves first shall be last. And those that place you last, you're going to be first. So since they placed you last, you get blessed first. What's the message, Spirit? The whole town's laughing at me. Somebody has to be courageous, because everything is going, the whole internet knows. Everybody's like, damn, you know what? Otis P. Jenkins. I know that name from Otis P. Jenkins from what city? That's the same. That's Otis. Damn, Otis would try that. Everybody's sitting here and they know that this is the same Otis P. Jenkins, or whatever his name is, from Anytown, USA. This even part of his family. They thought that they was going to do some magical shit. They was going to create some type of shit. Yes. Everybody's like, damn. Don't tell them that we know Otis. Don't tell them. Mm-hmm. Him and his entire crew. Everybody that Otis worked with, they all getting it. Everything is up in the air for them. All they know is right now, they was thinking that they was getting ready to have everything they wanted, only to find out that as long as it's in prison behind bars, they may get it. But if it's not, they probably not going to get nothing. They are exploring the possibility that they almost feel like you hired a private investigator. That's what they feeling like. You hired some type of private investigator to watch them. And that's how you know everything that they was trying to do. Everything they was trying to do against you. Like you was just like, okay, let me call this some private investigator. Did you put the car tag on? And you put the whole microchip in they arm while they was sleeping? Oh, okay. What they doing now? What they watching? And they eat what they eating? Knock on the door. Knock on the door. They don't need to be eating that. I told them, watch their weight. See, somebody thinking that you's watching them. You wasn't watching them like that. You just happened to know. Now this King of Cups wants to be, they want to come back because they want to, they see that with you, they was really happy. They shouldn't have tried that shit. And they see that you are happy. And they're afraid that there's going to be somebody else that comes towards you that's going to make you even happier. Yes, they sure are. They afraid of this new love is coming in, and you're going to have that 10th pentacle. Everything is going to be good. You know, y'all going to be doing it all the damn time, holding hands, kissing in the street, all that PDA shit. They're like, oh, damn. And they do not like that. They don't want that at all. They're like, you know what? But they know that you knew what was going on. And they feel, I'm telling you, they feel like you knew what was going on, that you was the one that called the police with the chariot. Like you was the one that was like, hello, police. I'm telling you, get down to the old First National Bank of Anytown, USA, because I swear I hear something. And I can kind of feel the ground shaking. I saw a bunch of people. They had on black with some black shoes and black socks. And they was carrying some black bags in there. And they was talking about, singing like, we sure can't wait till we get this gold. Send somebody down there. We know there ain't no gold there. We just don't want them to hurt themselves. But this emperor felt that they were so smart that they was just the leader of the pack. Well, that leader of the pack sure got them all fucked up. Somebody's sitting there, they are upset that they did not use their discernment. They wonder why they didn't think for themselves. We wondering the same shit. Why you didn't think for your damn self? Because yes, Judge gave them hard time. Judge was like, you know what? I understand. Shh, calm down. I get it. Yep, I understand what you was talking about. And y'all wanted the money. Yeah, I understand. I get it. Yeah. Well, what I'm gonna do? Just y'all just calm down. I'm gonna have some leniency on you. Okay? I want everybody just to you three just to calm down. Like I said, I'm gonna be very lenient on you today. Okay? I'm only gonna give y'all 50 years each. I'm not throwing the book at you because I was gonna give your asses life. But, and I understand that y'all in your 40s, 50s, and 60s, all you gotta do is just stay alive for the 50 years. But good news is you eligible for parole after 48 years. See, I told you. I told you this was a good day. I told you this was going to be, because my heart was feeling soft. That's all that was. Yep. Now they want to sit here and talk about this Queen of Wands who also worked with them. They ain't letting her go. She may not have been in court, but she about to be there soon. They was like, oh, judge, excuse me, judge. Helen. Oh, this is lady named Helen. Helen Joyce Vanderbonner. You know, they're like, oh, you need her address? Let me write it down. Give me a pen. 2122 Boogie Woogie Avenue. Yep. Apartment 3B. Go pick her ass up. Because she was right along there with us. She was planning it too. We rented the equipment on her. She the one that gave us the money. They worked hard for this. They sure did. They worked hard for this. And now they're afraid. I don't know why. Because the truth of what they wasted their money on came out. And now they're not feeling this. For some reason, they're not really feeling this. You know, they heartbroken. Confirmation. They heartbroken. They feel like they can't do no more. Confirmation, damn. Heartbroken. They feel like they can't do nothing. It's like, well, damn. All because they was trying to bring you some conflict. They was trying to make life hard on you. Ain't that something? Only to find that they tripped themselves up. And you still getting what you want. You still getting everything. Damn, okay. What the hell is going on? Let's see. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. See, somebody, they did not exercise any caution. They wasn't using their logic at all. They wasn't looking into nothing. Damn. My little phone is blowing up. Hold on. Oh, okay. Ooh. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay. Wait a minute. Yes. Okay. Hold on. Let me let her know I'm recording. Hold on a second. Sorry. Recording. Sorry, y'all. Here comes Sasha. Holla back in a minute. Yes. Hold on. Let me let her know. I'm almost finished, y'all. I appreciate y'all patience. Yes. Oops. Interested. Okay. All right. Now somebody, all because you know what? And this could have been some parents that was doing this. Because we got the King and the Queen of Pentacles. These are somebody's parents is acting diabolical like this towards you. All because you're the high priestess. Damn. You knew that they was tripping. You knew they was tripping, and you knew it was an opportunity. I mean, a fantasy that they was going to be able to knock your crown off. You knew that they was tripping, and they was not going to get away with this. It was not going to get away with this. Well, it was funny that I said, Helen and Otis, and it was a couple. Ooh, I don't know if they're doing the federal stripes, county brown, or the state orange. They doing something, but whatever it is, they're gonna be matching. They ain't got to worry about going to no store spending black on black on black on black on black or black shoes and black socks. And that shit is coming quickly. Their conversations. Ooh, they found texts. They found text messages between the two of them and how that was going to try and make you at a loss. Yes, honey. And they was going to split it. They was going to take it from you and split your money. This is all coming out. Damn. And they said, we're going to be a partner. We're going to be partners in this. I can see how this is going to end. Apparently, they couldn't. If they did, they surely didn't see themselves in court. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Get out of here. What else? Batman phone, right? Right. What's the message? What you say? Gots to be more careful, right? J. Mike, who else says that? What's that channel? They were tripping. They thought they was going to be able to do this and get away with it. Spirit said, boy, wasn't they dreaming. They wasn't getting shit. Spirit had let them know from the get-go, y'all ain't getting a motherfucking thing. Y'all ain't getting shit, and that's the damn truth. That is the damn truth. Everything that they invested in caused them nothing but pain. That's too damn bad. Now they can't even fight no more. They can't fight no more. They can't fight with you no more. Because Spirit said, the judge said y'all going to be in jail for a while. You may make it, you may not make it. I'm not really sure. It just depends on, maybe y'all could start lifting weights now and, just do vegan or something, try and extend that life expectancy. But 40 years is 40 years, 50 years is 50 years, 49 years, 48 years, that's the time. Now they want to play victim. They want to play victim. Ain't that something? You knew somebody thought that they was too powerful for you. Huh? Let them tell it. Let them cry in they cell and tell it. They ain't too damn powerful, but they sure is getting it though. They got some time, baby. They got some time to work some shit out. They ain't gonna get out. They're not getting out for a while. All because they tried to have you live in fear. They tried to make your life hard. They wanted to block what was supposed to have been yours. Like I said, there's somebody, she all passionate about how she gonna deceive you. Then they're gonna get this, get this old follower involved too. Yes. It's like, you know what? Somebody was stupid. Stupid on stupid on stupid. They was dumber than Dumb and Dumber. What's the message? They don't want this smoke now. What's the message? Would you say they can't be slick to a can of oil? Right. Galactic Guards is correct. That is too funny. Do our jazzy jazz. Hey, Michael, how are you? Right. What you say? I don't want to talk. Let them meet in the spiritual realm. Right. They can't even cause no conflict with you. They can't start shit. They're too afraid to start anything because they know it's not going to work the way that they want. That's it. They are afraid because you're not falling for the okie doke. That's the whole thing. That is too funny. These people are funny for real. They thought that they was getting ready to get you, only to wake up to find out that they got. Let's see what the stack has to say. Then we'll close it up. I got to make this call. My neighbor was telling me about this great deal on purses, and I was like, "Wait, what? Let me. I'm recording. I'm gonna holler back in just a minute." What's the message? Yes, his ancestors are in charge now. They've always been in charge. Always been in charge. And you know what? I feel like with these two, that this couple that thought that they was going to be so slick that they was going to be able to pull this off, you know, I feel like they like I said, they was messaging each other back and forth, but they didn't think that you was going to know. They thought they was getting ready to come up on some money tree or something. But instead, they came up on a 10-year curse because the wheel of fortune is turning away from them. That is not in their favor. And they were warned. You can't get upset at anybody else, especially if somebody told you already. And they were not fair to you. Can't get upset if you was already told, if you was warned. What's the message, Spirit? Thank you. Ooh, November. Oh, ain't we in November? Maybe it's next November that they're going to be sentenced. I don't know. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Those asses are haunted by their past. And they will forever hold a spiritual stain. Yes. Then on top of that, you don't give a damn any longer. You no longer care. Especially this emperor that thought they was going to do some shit like that. And now the motherfuckers have nerve to be dropping like flies. I know you don't. I bet you better serve that term instead of trying to wish that you could faint or swallow your own tongue or some shit like that. You know? They didn't mess. They understand about that earth angel shit. Yes, something's getting ready to happen next year. Maybe that's when they got to report in, and they are concerned. Yeah, they're concerned. Shit. See, they had the power of their friends to gang up on you, but whenever they in prison, whether it's spiritual prison or physical prison, they're going to be by themselves. Well, they will have the help of the devil. But yes, the judge, the court, they said, no, y'all chose to dive down that rabbit hole. And now they're afraid of the demons that they summoned. Especially whenever the police came and got them. And the police may have picked them up in October. Maybe they had to go to court in November. You know, because that's what it is. You get picked up by the police one day, you don't go to court until later, and then you don't have you don't have that sentencing until a little bit later after you just sat in jail and rotted some more. And then they be like, well, we'll give you credit for the time served. So it's like, okay, well, I can get out and for good behavior in 48 years. Well, they're going to take off those 3 months that I sat in jail. See, somebody was trying to impersonate you. What's the message? So they only have 47 years and 9 months, not a whole 48. See, they play with God. They didn't play with you. And they are pressed about you. One of them is even a church witch. That was that Queen of Wands. That was the church witch. They got to sit with themselves now. And I know they not. I know they shame. Talking about they sweating bullets and shit on themselves. I know they shame. All because they was trying to play in your energy. I know they shamed. I know they are. I know they feel stupid. But well, I don't know which one called them themselves the dumb one or the dumber one. I don't know. I think the head of the group was like, the judge was like, yeah, Dumb and Dumber. The head of the group was like, well, I'm the dumb one because they don't want to be the dumber one. But everybody learned the absolute truth about them. And let them be mad. We don't give a damn. Because they was acting ignorant towards you. We don't give a damn. Yes, and they was hell-bent on trying to destroy you, baby. Mm-hmm. Ooh, and now that they found out that they either had to go to spiritual prison, physical prison, they starting to age quickly. I'm sure they are. Mm, 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 mm. What else? One more, one, two more. Ooh, okay. See, I feel like this King of Cups knew that they had to cut ties with the entire coven. And they feel like somebody feel like they seeing a ghost haunted by the past. And they don't even know how you evaded their schemes. Like I said, you would just say some shit joking around. Oh, what you gonna try and do? Hold me up? What y'all gonna try and do? Hold me up for some money, but you don't know where my money is. Ha ha ha. And they're like, damn, how does she know? How you know? Oh, what you gonna do? You gonna do this? You gonna call my job and talk to my boss? Well, I hope that you know that my boss is gonna be on vacation for a while. In fact, they just promoted me. Damn, we can't even do that shit. Because you had this spiritual protection. Yes. And everything that they did was a tower. Nothing worked out. Just like we saw, there I got that one card where there's a tower and that dude just falling butt booty naked. That's how they feeling right now. Like they butt booty naked falling out the damn tower. All right, y'all. I'm going to leave that right here. I'm going to call my neighbor, see what's going on with these name brand purses. And she said they're not knockoff. So I was like, interested. Yes. All right, y'all. I'll be back in a little bit. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all. I really appreciate you all. And I will be back in a little bit. All right. Bye now.